All right, part 2 is today. We have even more War of the Spark spoilers that we're going to take a look at now because I can't resist any longer. And then we'll see the 4 new cards here. 5. I thought there was only going to be 16 total. We're definitely way up to more. 18 after this. All right, we'll start with the new Tibalt. Tibalt, of course, the least respected planeswalker of all time. Their experiment in a 2-drop walker that was ultimately kind of unsuccessful. It just wasn't at all strong enough for people to be excited to play it. And I pity them because, you know, making a 2-drop planeswalker is really, really tricky. So what I think they're going to do here is make him an uncommon planeswalker, which again, I'm so stunned exists. Make him another 2-drop, still make him less pushed, but now he's like a limited resource. Now he's something that you pick up in multitudes in your draft deck to support some sort of strategy. Oh, he's 3. Oh, okay. But uncommon, of course. Seems insulting. I don't know. I don't think I like the uncommon planeswalkers. Rare I was okay with because it's still kind of the centerpiece of the pack or whatever. But to have an uncommon planeswalker just seems sort of insulting to the character. Whereas before this set, like Obstinately, you know, like we knew that some of the characters were more meaningful and important than others. But conceivably, you could be a big Tibalt fan and imagine that his time in the story spotlight was just on the verge. And there was nothing definite, like nothing structural that said you were wrong. But now you're kind of just being told, no, you're wrong. Like this is a part-timer. This is a B tier character. And yeah. Okay, so what does he do? Your opponents can't gain life. That's actually pretty sweet to have on a 3-drop. A 3-drop that's kind of difficult to get rid of. This effect normally is on like a bigger enchantment that also does other stuff. And this kind of does other stuff too, I'd imagine. It's just gonna do this. All right. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the Vraska one. Like this is kind of relevant if you're playing like a really burny deck and you're in a certain metagame that's like resistant to the burny deck you're playing. This is like a card that gets you like another step ahead or whatever. But I doubt I can see that playing out in standard necessarily. And then that's just too slow for other kind of burn formats. Something like Skullcrack, which is just they can't gain life for the turn, is much better. And like, well, I mean, like can't gain life for the turn, of course, is worse than can't gain life, period. But can't gain life for the turn is what matters, really. So yeah, I don't think so. It's interesting though. I don't know. I mean, to any target? Oh, maybe. At first I thought it was just going to be player. But any target, that's kind of interesting. You start pinging away at their stuff. The fact that you only get 1 per turn, it's kind of a disappointment. It doesn't have haste or anything, so the actual kind of playable effect in terms of you want to just like ping their bird, it takes a while. There's no way to kind of speed that up. You need a lot of support to do that. Art is fun. Look at him in his big pandemonium. Okay, yeah, we're gonna say, I'm sorry, dude, but nah. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for all the Tibalt fans out there. Made him an uncommon again. Maybe he'll get his due someday, but it's not today. This card has, oh, Tibalt's Rager. Oh, we already saw this one. Time Wipe. I'm quite excited for this. That is quite the name. I'm guessing target player skips their turn or something. Oh yeah, so I watched, between the last video and this video, I watched the trailer. I didn't like it. I don't know. A lot of people are like flipping out because they finally did like a fully animated or computer graphics animated trailer. Whereas before they've only kind of animated card arts and had them kind of zoom in with music and narration and stuff. This time there was no narration, an entirely silent trailer, which always makes me kind of think of like a PS2 era video game or something, and not usually in a good way. And then continuing my early 2000s nostalgia, it had a kind of a moving, sort of super emotional kind of cover of Linkin Park's "In the End." You know that kind of cover where they just have someone really breathily, sort of, and tenderly singing the lyrics slowly of a song that's normally like kind of like a butt rocky sort of song. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that at all. So that already like put me off, just that kind of dawning horror of like, what the fuck is this actually In the End? Not that I actually dislike In the End that much. I just don't like it being taken so seriously. I kind of only like it in a really sort of fun, indulgent way. Um, and then it's like the first part of the trailer is backwards. It's like playing in reverse, but it like started in reverse, or at least there wasn't like a really good moment where it goes like or whatever. So the whole idea is that like it plays in reverse, and then Liliana changes her mind, and instead of leading the immortals to start causing death and ruin all over the city, she's like, "Nah, I'm betraying you. I'm gonna send them at Bolas." Okay, all right, that's like a big plot point, I guess. I thought Bolas looked stupid. I wish he had more of a dragon face, but whatever. We've complained about that before. um, but yeah, it's like you have to have the like moment if you want to do the play it backwards thing. So I thought that was very awkward and strange. And then I thought, oh, okay, like maybe this is more of a plot point. Like it isn't just a presentation thing to do the backwards trailer where you watch various tragedies happen. And also like they had a shot of Ral, I'm pretty sure it was, having, it seems like his spark is ripped out and then it's like spewed to Bolas. And I was like, okay, all right, that's what's going on there. And that's fine. But watching it played backwards when you like don't know what it is, I think is not smart, right? Like if it's like this was already a known thing that we were scared of because it signified like the death of a planeswalker or something, and then like you realize with growing horror like, oh no, they did like the spark extraction, but instead it's like, what's going on, like what is he doing? And for a while it's not even clear that it's happening in reverse, like maybe the immortals are just weird and they walk backwards. I didn't like a lot of the choices basically. I think it was technically fine. I'm not like super into this sort of style or genre or whatever, but it seemed okay. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, oh yeah, so I was thinking like, oh, maybe this is like a plot point that it's not just a presentation thing, but it actually there was like a time rewind and a change, like that kind of thing. So maybe that's what this card is reflecting. That's all I'm saying. That's maybe my guess. This could be. I think if it was a skip a turn or an extra turn effect, it would be double blue. This, I'm guessing, is associated with Teferi. Sorcery, return a creature you control to its owner's hand and destroy all creatures. Oh, okay. All right, that's kind of cool. So it's like a board wipe type of thing. Of course, we have Teferi here. In short, they were never born in the first place. So this is how he wipes out the immortals, is through kind of a little time messing. Okay, all right. This is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I don't know how to evaluate this sort of wipe. It's like the decks that really want to play this, especially in these colors, and they're choosing between this and the other Ravnica one that can't be countered, that destroys all creatures or exiles all creatures. Those decks don't really play creatures at all, Like they'd rather just completely grind you out with Teferi or whatever. They don't really need like the threat part. This would go well in like the kind of more old school type of control decks where you do just have one creature, one beater, Morphling or Sarah Angel or whatever the beater du jour is. I guess in Legacy now it's like True Name Mystic or something or True Name Nemesis. True Name Mystic. True Name Nemesis kind of still plays a similar role. It's like this is the guy that's going to kill them, or a Delver or something. and then every other card in my deck is about keeping this guy alive. But usually these days, it's like more and more about those cards being like cheap and effective. So it's not like the worst if you just killed them. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's better to just play them again. I don't know. I guess I should make a prediction. Time wipe. I don't really see it. Unless control changes significantly. Nope. In standard, though, sure. In standard, it's a 4-mana wipe. I'm sure it'll see play somewhere. But, yeah. New Ob Nixilis. I'm pretty excited for this. This guy's usually pretty interesting. The demonic planeswalker. Here we see Bolas's stupid gremlin face again. At uncommon. They're really gonna do it to your boy. This guy was a planeswalker, lost his spark, was on Zendikar when the Eldrazi popped out, had to deal with all sorts of stuff, had his own little scheme going to try to get his spark back in the background, managed to pull it off even during a gigantic Lovecraftian invasion. And then shows up on Ravnica, I think to help Bolas. I don't really know why he's here. And they make him uncommon. He's only going to get to do one thing while he's here, and some static ability. Whenever an opponent draws a card, does 1 damage to that player. Nah. Oh, I doubt it. Destroy target creature, its controller draws 2 cards. That's cute. The synergy is cute. Destroy target creature, of course, is very strong. And to be able to do it twice for 5 mana, ping them for 4, but then they get 2 cards. I'm not seeing it. It's like 5 mana, and it doesn't just like... You would just rather have something that just reads this, I think. Because in the sort of situation where it's like, ah, crap, they've got their big threat down. I'm going to do anything I can to kill it. Great, I've got this card, can come down and kill it. But then they get to draw 2. And it's like, whatever threat they just played, they could just draw another one, right? Like, they're definitely in position to be playing their big threats, and now you're just giving them gas. No, I don't think it's good. I don't think this sort of situation is happy times. You'd much, much rather just draw murder or something like that, right? So I'm thinking this is limited only, but in limited, maybe. Limited only. Sorry, bub. Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. This is a common because he's only an uncommon. I thought he would have been a mythic, and this would be a rare. But hey, it's tough going being a demon these days. Demons are not in meta, I guess. This is cool art though. It's cruel art. What the heck is he doing to this bird? It looks like when Tom Peters from Tom Goes to the Mayor bought all those porcelain birds and then he bronzed the birds. Do you remember that? It's like that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should watch that episode of that show. Tom Goes to the Mayor, the episode with the birds. Oof. Oh, it's so good. I think it's my favorite episode of the show. Okay, anyways. This is like pretty useful. This is a good way to kill stuff. And the fact that it does this, because so many creatures don't really care whether they're in the graveyard or in play, they're just bouncing around all the time. Yeah, this is all right. This is like solid removal. It's maybe a little expensive if you compare it to Dismember, of course. It looks pretty pricey. Trap for Ravnica with no affection for other side. Ob Nixilis side gratifications and random acts of torment. That's pathetic. So basically his plot line in this set is he shows up, he's not really sure what's going on, he doesn't like anybody on either side, so he's going to go around torturing birds for fun. That's why he's an uncommon. He's not doing anything. And this card, well, maybe it's doing something. I'm going to say that this gets played in standard as removal. Standard removal. But yeah, no, that's about it. Whatever. Okay, that's I think we're up to date now. Oh wait, no, Relentless Advance. Amass 3. Okay, that doesn't seem that great. It gives you like a 3/3 or +3/+3 to this one creature that you have. It is weird though that it's a blue card that on its own can create a completely black creature token. That's a little weird, isn't it? But sure. They halt, listen, and then press on in silent uniform. Okay, well, all right. It's what it is. Doesn't seem that good to me. All right, let's refresh just in case. Let's take a look. All right. Oh, alt 20 minus. Okay. Yeah. All right. Looks like we're up to date. This I'm curious about. Oh, this mana is still added to your mana pool. That's pretty funny. Even though nowadays we just add colorless. Alright, whatever. Okay. That is all for now. Probably all for today. But I think starting tomorrow, it's just going to be every day. And hopefully I'll get to make videos about it every day. And hopefully you will watch those videos every day. Okay. That's all. Bye-bye.